So Bruce may be going to Augrey on the Saginaw Bay, the east part of Michigan, this week. In which case he will leave me his truck so that I can go and pick up Roxanne. And he also was kind enough to give me $100. And I will use that, I think, for Roxanne and I to eat. He's very generous. So Roxanne is already up here in the middle of Michigan. She lives down in Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, where she grew up, ironically. A great big 3-story house that was just bursting with stuff. My uncle was a collector. So today is Saturday, the 7th day of May, 2022. It's 11:16. Quality of this video is going to be sucky because I'm using my laptop and I'm trying to be quiet because Bruce is upstairs sleeping. But I wanted to talk about Friday, this past Friday, which was like yesterday, 24 hours ago. A little more than that now. But, had my shower, had the CNA, had the nurse, talked about the nurse practitioner who came on Monday, got meds reordered, and she actually did a check of my feet and legs because of the edema that the nurse practitioner had found on Monday. She did not find it to be there, but then it was only 9 o'clock, and the nurse practitioner did it after 3 o'clock on Monday. So I had been up on my feet longer. So later in the afternoon, my feet were swelling, both of them, and were very, very, very painful. They have to go to the bathroom a lot on very, very painful feet. I say to myself, suffer joyfully, Denise, suffer joyfully. And then that pain came here. The one that is cured by bread. I do not know. I do not know why that is so, but it does. I eat a piece of bread and it will go away. And I just felt sick. I just felt as if I was going to die. And I seriously considered calling the hospice night number, and then thought to myself, what are they going to do? They're going to send a nurse out here this time of the night? Because it was around 9. This is when I started making choices. Because at 9 o'clock I took morphine. I'm supposed to take 0.5. I took almost the next marked dose, which would have been 10 milligrams. I did not take 10 milligrams. And I took my nighttime meds. And then I got into bed and thought, if I die, I die. And I got money in the bank to pay for cremation. So that was a sobering experience. I've said this before. I don't want to die here. I don't. I want to die in a place where I'm not disappointing anyone or causing anybody awkwardness or discomfort. But that is not possible. I have to live with somebody. So Roxanne will let me know when she's ready to come. Bruce may be on the water with Captain Dan, may not. It depends. To be determined. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. And I don't think I'm gonna get anything of substance from my boys. The girl who called wolf. Girl who cried wolf. You know, they're used to the drama from me. And I'm fighting the urge to create drama or ban drama's flames or look at it as drama. But it can be hard because, you know, you only get this one life. You don't get a chance to practice who you'll be. You don't get a chance to have a simulated life where you can try out all these different characters and combinations of positives and negatives that make you into a person that people like, which it's important to be well regarded, you know, wherever you are. In other words, you don't want people to see you coming and go, oh man, this bitch. Which has actually happened to me before. Hello, Chastity's mom. Till I finally learned to just ignore her. Let her go. If her eyes catch and she signals in some way, hello, I'll respond. But other than that, from now on, it's going to be like when I worked in the psych hospital. When you work in the psych hospital and you see patients who are released from the hospital, you see them in a public setting, like say Walmart or a restaurant or a bar, you do not acknowledge them. You do not say hey. You do not get a look on your face like, hi, I know you. You do not. Because that is a violation of their HIPAA right. If they talk to you, then it's okay to say hello. To greet them and wish them a happy evening and say goodbye. I'll never forget. I'm sorry, Deborah, I'm telling on you. The time I walked into our apartment and there was one of the patients from the hospital, a male patient with Deborah. And I thought, damn, that really does happen. Because, you know, you hear stories, and if you're alert and aware of it or tuned into it, you can see it happen because other people have told me this is so. I'm just totally unaware, usually. I usually was unaware. And I was just so shocked. The feeling in the pit of my stomach was like going down. Rock bottom basement coming up. Just that thud feeling. The WTF. WTF, girl. I am not okay with this. What do you do? So, really looking forward to this week. Told the hospice team that my cousin would be here on Friday and they would meet her, and they were very excited. And Roxanne is very excited to meet this team. And it's hard to say it in a way that makes it clear that this will not be my team down in Greenville. Excuse me, that's a different area. It's all the same company. Thank you, Betsy DeVos. It's Spectrum Health. But the individuals change. I like to go by the book as a nurse. I find you rarely get into trouble if you follow the rules. And the rules are very hard, and they have to be hard. And if you think about it, if you overthink it, it's the scariest job in the world besides doctor. I mean, a doctor fucks up and takes your life, it's a big deal. A nurse fucks up and takes your life, it's a big deal. Anybody fucks up and takes a life, it's a big deal. Thou shalt not kill. It's total opposite of love. Although I don't know, I was a huge fan of the judge who got me into country music, because when you go to karaoke, you usually just have pop songs I had no voice for, or country music, which featured the judge, Lori Morgan, Patty Loveless, Trisha Yearwood, women that I could sing. And I sang Vince Gill, one of the most magical experiences in music, one of them, and there have been many, was singing the Seven Southern Stars, or Southern Stars, with a group of men, you know, a cappella, with just harmony. Magical. Magical, magical, magical. Oh, I love music. Always have, always will. So, I did talk about, oh, I didn't. So, I took that stuff on Friday night, about 9 o'clock, and then by 11 o'clock, the swelling was down in my feet. The pain was not pain, but I don't know if anybody can understand this, but the memory of pain. You have pain You get a burn. You remember that pain, but you don't feel that pain when you remember it. You remember what the pain feels like, sort of like childbirth. You remember what the pain feels like, but you don't remember what the pain feels like. You remember, oh yeah, that hurt. Well, for me, the memory of this pain in my stomach is I feel the pain, a very distant, but I'm searching for a word, accommodable. It doesn't interfere like it does when it's the real pain right there. When the whole world has to stop while I get it taken care of. Anyway, that was gone by 11. I don't know if it was the extra morphine, because I'd also taken Advan at that time too. But it was gone. And today, there has been some swelling, but it has not been so bad. So am I doing this to myself? Is it possible? And I feel bad about Robin Williams, Naomi Judd. Why is it so terrifying to some people to age that they would sooner die than age? I don't understand that because I've never been beautiful. I don't understand being judged for my looks in a good way. I am the girl who was called Denise the Big Fat Beast by her brothers growing up. I never had a chance. It must have felt like there's these birds that'll go in and leave their eggs in other birds' nests, and so the birds will, the adoptee, the birds that the eggs were left in, will raise them for their own, and they're nothing like their own. They're like, what? How'd this bald eagle get in with our starlings, or whatever? It's not a combination that would work, but it's kind of what the idea is. And I feel like I was just dropped in the middle of the Lemon family with my petite mom, who never weighed more than 130, and she was big at 130. She's so small. She was so small. But she was so fierce. My mom was fierce. And it's like I said before, it doesn't matter the numerical date that she died on. Every year at Mother's Day, my mother died on Mother's Day. And I'm going to be left alone tomorrow. So what I'm thinking that I want to do is it's going to involve some cash that I will have to part with to fill my car. It will also require courage. Fill my car, and I would like to go down to the Mexican restaurant in Greenville and have dinner or lunch for Mother's Day. Because I don't care what anybody says. I birthed, I raised, I've loved, give everything I had to give to 3 children. I don't know if it's because they're boys. or just because I'm a bad mother. I'm probably a bad mother. Trying to always see myself in the best possible light. But we're going to change that. Motherhood's one of those jobs they give you, and you take it as a gift when you're a woman. Most of the time, I don't mean to generalize, but many women do not feel complete if they're not able to have a child. And then you have the child, and it becomes this endless sea with the waves you can't see over, so you can't find the shore, and you're responsible for everything, as well as everything else in your life. It's very hard, very. And if you're a mother from your body, or a mother from your heart, which is the same way, happy Mother's Day.